Hi Aries, so really quick, I had some technical difficulties with your video. I actually had two cameras going, one for my face, one for my hands and the cards. The one for my face did not record anything except for maybe 14 seconds. So anyway, during the video, I'm like holding up the cards and you're not going to be able to see them. That's the reason why, because I was holding it up to the face camera. So it's going to be a little bit weird for you. Sorry guys, I don't know. This Mercury retrograde kicked my butt and I'm still kind of, I think, dealing with stuff. I don't no idea what's going on with my camera. But anyway, sorry guys, but I hope you enjoy the reading. Thanks. Hello Aries, how are you? Welcome to your love reading for May 2017. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Jane. For information on booking a private reading, there is a link in the description box down below. So let's go ahead and just begin. I'm kind of feeling like you've got a lot of really powerful energy this month, especially in the realm of love, because we do have Venus that just entered into your sign. So that's very exciting and a very positive turn of events for you. You may also kind of feel like communication is flowing a little bit better now that Mercury retrograde is over. And maybe past conflicts or things that you've been kind of trying to overcome have kind of seemed a little bit easier, or you are finding solutions to get over those things, whatever those things may be for you. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so, Hero of Wands in the very center. It's beautiful. The Emperor. The Lovers. Hero of Swords. Six of Cups. Oh, no reversals. I have reversals in here, but you didn't get any. That's good. Makes it a little, a little bit lighter, a little bit easier. Okay, first of all, let's get started because there is no shortage of this fire quality that we have going on here, which I love. Hero of Wands, absolutely you. The Emperor, absolutely you. This is the card of Aries after all. There does seem to be an element of control now, and sometimes, over the past couple months, we've all sort of, I think, felt out of control, and that's been really tough it's like a tough pill to swallow, where everything kind of feels out of our hands, just leave it up to fate. But you've got this really great attitude of no more. I gotta do something. I can't just sit and wait. I can't just allow things to unfold the way they're supposed to. I think you're getting fed up with that type of mindset. And the Hero of Wands is a really proactive energy. And let me hold this up for you so you can see. Oh, there we go. Taking leaps of faith, big picture, determined. Nothing's holding you back. You're just going for it. Now, in love, this can be either a really good thing or it can be reckless sometimes as well. The Emperor, the mix of the Hero of Wands and the Emperor lends itself to control. I don't particularly like this Emperor card, so I'm going to go with the more traditional imagery in my mind. I feel that there is this element of strategy that you're sort of playing with or toying with, or how do I get what I want from love? Now, if you're in a relationship, obviously that's with someone. If you're not in a relationship, it's dating. How do I start dating higher quality people, or people that match my morals and ethics and values? And how do I, and it's asking yourself how and what do I need to do? With the Lovers in between, there's obviously someone here, and I feel that they are kind of surrounding you a little bit. I've got the Hero of Swords connecting you with the Lovers, all right? And then we also have this Enchantress of Cups. Now, I don't necessarily see this as like a person. It could be likely the same person if it is your partner, okay? If you are dating, I kind of feel like even if you're single, there is still someone that you are interested in, or there's someone that's kind of running through your veins a little bit, and they've kind of got to you. I don't see like new energies coming in. Normally when we get kings and queens, it speaks to people that are already in our lives. And likely this is someone that stirs up chemicals, likely someone that affects us in a very physical way. I see the Lovers as being, it's almost like intoxicating love or intoxicating chemistry. But there is an element of choice, and that's connected with the Two of Coins. And the element of choice here could vary widely, okay? So it could be, do I stay? Do I base a relationship based on this chemistry that I feel? Do I go? You know, and some of you may be considering going because maybe the intensity is a little bit too much, right? And it's not grounds for a healthy relationship. If you're in an established marriage or a long-term relationship, you know, obviously you're probably not considering leaving. What you are considering is like balance. This is what we find here with Temperance, which you might be out of balance a little bit, or trying to find that balance and really grasping at straws. Like I said, asking, how do I get there and why, or not how do I get there, how do I get there and what do I need to do, you know? And I feel that this person does not embody the spirit of temperance, that they are, there's a little bit, I don't know why I see this Enchantress of Coins as a little bit of a manipulator, because this is an image of Circe. She's my favorite in the deck, okay? I love this image. She's the Queen of Cups, but she comes with a little sour note, and she doesn't pop out that often. Like with this deck, she rarely comes out unless there is an element of intensity. What she's doing, Circe is like an alchemist or a sorceress, if you will. She's poisoning the river, and poisoning the river for the sake of alleviating the world from her lover's lover, I guess you could say, or the man that she's in love with, his lover. So there is like that poison element, and I don't mean that if you're married that you have all this terrible stuff going on. Actually, let me check my phone camera really quick just to make sure. Okay, I'm really paranoid about it. Not can you guys see it? Okay. I'm really paranoid about it not recording, just given the technology problems I've had last month. Thank you, Mercury retrograde. I'm so happy that it's over. So like I said, if you're in a marriage, obviously there's not like vindictive energies per se, but it's kind of like distracting energy. I feel that there's a little bit of two-facedness going on as well. The Hero of Swords in this deck is beautiful, compassionate, kind, considerate. The Hero of Swords is laying a bouquet of roses on his wife's lap before he leaves for war. And it is that consideration, and it is that level of beauty that I think your partner is displaying, but I'm seeing a little bit of a underlying tone of manipulation of some kind. And they may be using the past to really leverage their offer. Now, this sounds really negative. It doesn't necessarily have to be negative. I don't know why I'm seeing this really more for singles who might be dealing with a presence in their life that they just are really attracted to. If you're married, you're obviously attracted to your partner, but there is an element of falseness, and I see that with the Two of Coins. I often see the Two of Coins as being someone balancing two versions of self. You, Aries, are being totally pure and authentic to yourself, okay? And Aries, we love, right? They're hard-hitting, go-getters, starters, they're fire energies, which are passionate, and they fall in love in very big ways. And I think that you're being really, really true to that, like typical, beautiful Aries stuff that we all love, right? The really positive qualities there. Because again, they're all in the right side up position. But this person's got a little bit of water and air, and I kind of see those as almost like really opposite types of energies. One dealing really deep emotions and the other dealing in deep intellect. And they don't necessarily coincide, right? Those are often the two sides of us that really clash. And this is someone that's got, you know, two things going on, and they're juggling two things. And it's sort of under the guise of like a good time, right? Like I said, they're using the connection with the past to sort of leverage your future, to sort of leverage or get you to do something that you want. I'm seeing you sort of running away from that, or I think there's a natural aversion to what's going on, despite the way this person makes you feel, and in spite of the way that your body reacts, and I don't know why I'm seeing so much physical chemistry right now, but really a lot of physical chemistry. But it's kind of like, this isn't natural, or it's not normal, or this, like I said, this isn't the grounds for a quality relationship. And with Venus in Aries right now, there is a lot of that passionate, quick start type of energy. So maybe your significant other, your husband, your wife, they may be just kind of experiencing a heightened level of sexuality as well, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but you also don't want your relationship to get so out of balance that it's just you're doing the deed all the time and you aren't necessarily having a relationship. You know what I mean? And I feel that this person is being subtle. Like I said, there's a level of manipulation here with the Enchantress of Coins, or toying with emotions in order to produce some level of certain outcome. For some of you, it's kind of it's intentional, and this person knows what they're doing. For some of you, this person is very intelligent, it's very smart. They really know how to push your buttons. They really know how to get to you. Again, and I think there's recognition of that. Hero of Wands is running away from the Hero of Swords. It's interesting to have the two masculine polarities with the fire and air, which are masculine, and the kings, which are additional masculinity. So there's a lot of outward projection between the two of you, and not a lot of, like, it's more like you're playing off of one another or playing with one another, as opposed to like absorbing the other. It's kind of like bouncing off of each other more than anything. But you are recognizing it. You are recognizing patterns and behavior, I think. You're recognizing that this person maybe has done this before, and either you're not about to have it happen again. Like, you see through it. It's very transparent, I think, the communications that you have. And I think in the beginning, that's what I was saying. Like, you have this source of untapped power. And I'm kind of feeling like there's a power shift in your favor somewhere along the line, where because you recognize the behavior of this person, and you're not going to allow this like deep running emotion or this chemical to really get to you. I think that's something that you're getting over, because maybe you've been down that road before. Maybe you've done that type of thing, and you're just, it's not what you want, so you're not going to participate in that. And that's the balance, right? That's the beauty of temperance, is you are maybe foregoing some of the more immediate superficial pleasure, because I Three of Cups, it's not Two of Cups. Three of Cups is a little bit of superficiality. It's fun, it's going out, and but it's not solid. It's temporary. And I know you know that, and you're using your strength, you're using your inner power that maybe you felt like you've lost somewhere along the way, and you are using that inner power for your own higher good. Like there's no getting around you. You see it clear as day. You understand what's going on. You understand this person's agenda. You understand where this person is coming from, and you understand the words that are coming out of their mouth and what they really mean. This person can try to play this whole little game all they want. Two of Coins. I see, I don't know why. This is a very non-traditional interpretation of the Two of Coins, but I very often see it as like someone toying with you. More like a yo-yo, right? Someone's trying to play you, and you know, they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes a little bit, and they're trying to, you know, show you this side, and it's like, well, which one is going to come out, you know? And it's their version of control, but in reality, if you recognize that, you're the one in control. Okay. It's almost like a little bit of a power struggle, but Aries, you're in the driver's seat with this one. And if you don't want something, I don't know, really a lot of physical chemistry coming out with this one. If you don't want a relationship based on physical chemistry alone, well, okay, my camera just stopped randomly, said it cannot record. But it's recording now. Why am I not surprised? I'm still feeling the effects of the Mercury retrograde. It is just not going to leave me. I'm getting skeptical. Okay. I don't remember what I was saying, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull out the layer, or the next layer. Hero of Coins. Oh, I'm loving this in the center. It's really it's proactive, and I appreciate that, because I think lately we've been trying to be proactive and it just hasn't really been working to our benefit, or we've been feeling lazy, like we've thought we should be, you know, proactive or do something. Lots of human qualities, heroes, knights, queens, the whole shebang. First of all, let's start with the Hero of Coins, which is, again, a very aggressive energy. And this is Hercules fighting the hero, or the spirit of death. You know, I feel that maybe there is, like I say, toxicity in some realm. If you're married, maybe it's an issue, you're kind of bouncing around. I'm just going to leave this completely open, so interpret it as you see fit. But there is some level of toxicity. You are not about to participate in it. It's like you have your arms crossed, you're totally removing yourself from the situation. And this, again, it's your control over it. Like maybe once and for all, you are finally getting over something, or you are finally not allowing something to affect you. You're not going to fall victim. I think you see, on top of the Emperor, I have the Seven of Swords. And Seven of Swords I often see as self-sabotage. But I don't think that's something you're going to be participating in per se. Like, I think that there has finally come a turn. Six of Cups on with the one torn asunder, which is like the Hanged Man in the traditional deck. The one torn asunder is our way of seeing things differently. And I think you are seeing your past differently. You're seeing your past in a different light. You're maybe finally seeing it for what it truly was. You're maybe accepting truth, which has actually been a theme for a lot of the signs this month, the acceptance of truth and the shattering of illusions. But you've been caught in the past for so long. You've been caught up in maybe the hope of goodness, or the hope of someone coming back, or the hope of the good old times returning and having it be the way it used to be, or you know, whatever. And so you're hanging on to that, but now it's like I need to find humility somewhere, because this chemistry that you feel, again, it is connected here. The chemistry that you feel, or the connection that you feel, is quite superficial. And it is interesting that the Nine of Cups is on top of the Lovers, because I do feel that there's a humbling effect that is coming with this chemistry this time. And maybe it is that acceptance of the past, or the acceptance that what once was in the past is not what you were really giving, not what you really thought it was. And that can be humbling, because maybe you thought you had something amazing, or maybe you did have something amazing and it went sour. And it's almost the words that are coming to my mind, and I'm having a hard time formulating the thought, but it's like you were kind of a little bit of a victim of your own hope, because there was such an overwhelming emotion that now when you experience that emotion, you're now skeptical of that emotion, because that overwhelming sense of whatever it was that you were feeling, I think you are, like, you're making better judgments, and you're not saying, okay, it feels great, and maybe there is love, right? Or maybe you felt love, or maybe you thought it was love, but you may be realizing that either it wasn't love, or it's not the right type of love for you, kind of thing. And you really are, there's such an element of clarity with the Judgment here, the Nine of Cups. And I think you had to put your ego aside in order to come to that conclusion. Like, there was, I'm sorry, I'm kind of losing my train of thoughts a little bit. I don't know why. I just got like 45 images in my mind, and I'm trying to really decipher which one, but I can't even remember now. So I'm just gonna, let me just keep going. I'm seeing a lack of sincerity from this person, okay? Because I'm getting the hero of, this is the thing. It's like they are like this Hero of Swords. That's how they come off. That's how they're displaying themselves to you. They're coming off as this dutiful, good, I'm gonna be there. I'm seeing lies, but you recognize the lies. Because yes, they're the Hero of Swords, but they're just trying to get you to do something that you want, but they're really the Artisan of Wands. Nothing wrong with the Artisan of Wands, except that they're fly by night. They're in and out of your life. These offerings that they're making you right now are fleeting, and you see that. And again, you're coming at this from a very humble place, aggressive but humble. You're fighting the good fight, right? You're fighting the good fight. You're fighting for the sake of love. You're fighting for the sake of true love. And you recognize that this person, whatever it is that they're offering or giving to you, is not that. It's not in line with what you thought or what you were hoping for. And you, once and for all, have reached that point that maybe you were wrong. Maybe you were wrong in the beginning. You're not about to participate in this. You're very, very cautious. And to be honest, like, you're completely rejecting all offers, right? Yeah, it's gonna be fun, it'll be a good time, come on, let's go. Like, why are you being such a wet blanket? And you're like, no, I don't want that. I know what you're trying to do, and I'm not going to let you do it. So, like, there is this cold shoulder cutting someone out. I think they will retaliate by cutting you out, or even projecting anger onto you because you're not playing into their little games. Some of you are really into a manipulator or a narcissist, or some of you are really into power hungry person. They're not going to come off like that, but that's really what they're doing. And like they're approaching this from a very soft angle for the sake of getting you to do what you want to do or what they want you to do. But you're like, I mean, totally not fooled. You see everything exactly the way it is. It is pure judgment at its finest. Aries, you have so much power right now. There is nothing keeping you from manifesting what it is you want. I think a lot of you have a toxic person in your life. I think a lot of you have a big choice to make. You can participate in this game if you want. You can keep going, but the result is not going to be what you want. I guarantee you that. It's not going to be what you want. It's not going to be what you expect. Or it's going to be maybe exactly what you expect, you know, like there's not going to be any surprises, because I think a lot of you have been down this road before. Now is the perfect time to change that and to manifest true love into your life. You're not going to allow real or true love into your life if you keep doing what you're doing. Now is a good time to change and to really have those heart-to-hearts with yourself, to reach up to your higher self and say, perfect self, you know, please direct me and help me and guide me to where I need to be, because I know what's best for me, and this scenario is not it. So if you're married and your partner is kind of being a little bit manipulative right now, you're going to need to nip it in the bud and not allow that to happen, and to call them out on it. Like you're not taking it. It's just call it out, talk about it, get it all out in the open, expose it. Okay, there's no need for this person. Like, I think that they're trying to be all sneaky and hidden and, you know, trying to pull, like I say, pull one over on you is really what I'm getting. 7 of Swords, pull one over on you, trying to be this fly-by-night type of energy. And, you know, it's really hot and cold, push, pull. Well, enough. It's not acceptable. It's not productive. It's not efficient, and it's not making either of us happy. Those of you who are dealing with an ex, it's really, really time for you to get this person and this negativity out of your life. They are not good for you. You have beauty all around you because you've created that. You created that. They didn't create that. They weren't a part of it. You're the one that did it. And to give yourself credit and acknowledge that. You've had to come to a point of humility. You had to kind of get off your high horse a little bit and like accept truth, and to accept a little bit of responsibility for how circumstances got to be the way they got to be. Because how did they get to be like this? Well, because you allowed it. You know, and it's hard to accept responsibility for things that are all messed up sometimes, you know? Trying to think if there's anything else. This is a really short reading, Aries. I don't know why it's so short. It's just very clear. It's really, really clear. So I'm going to just leave you with that. I don't know. I really hope it provided some insight for you. I really do. And that's it. Good luck. Thank you. Bye.